If you watch Mark Z, you need to see this. I'm about to expose his long history of blatant lies.
Gemstone, yes, with all the delays, it makes a liar out of me, you, what we tell everybody, what the people tell us. It is just, this is horrendous, guys.
I totally agree. It does make him a liar. And yes, this is horrendous. But yet, he keeps doing it. This is how dinar scammers like Mark Z get you. They always say it's right around the corner. I'm going to show you 10 times where Mark Z has been wrong. He's been wrong a lot more than 10 times. But for the sake of time, I just chose 10 here. Then I'll show you 3 times where I've been right this year alone, with investments ranging from 20% to 80% increases. Then after all the evidence is presented, you can decide who the expert is. This first clip where Mark Z has been wrong comes from June 28th, 2019.
This is like the last gasp of a dying currency war fiat system. It's brilliant to watch. For those that are economists, this is like a magical moment in history.
I don't seem to remember the entire currency system collapsing in 2019. But while this is the oldest YouTube video he still has up, based on this comment, you can tell he'd already been misleading people for years at this point. You can see it here on the screen. At least one person is starting to realize they may have been scammed. Egmini says here, listening now shows we are no closer than the day we purchased our first piece of currency. Then, when what he predicts doesn't come true, it's always some sort of excuse, but it's still right around the corner. This clip was just 3 days after the last clip I showed.
Tony, I thought you were going to have major movements by today. What happened? We had some movement. We didn't have all the stellar news I was hoping to bring to you today.
Oh, nothing happened? What a surprise. Let me guess. It's still right around the corner though.
Mary Lou Crawford, has the dinar rate been established? I am told absolutely established.
So he said the rate has already been established, but this was in 2019 and it still hasn't been done. Let's fast forward a month to August 6th, 2019.
Military contacts here say it's absolutely any moment. Iraqi contacts, 2 of them are sitting at the edge of their seats all week. So it's one of those painful weeks for all of us.
Again, it's about to happen any minute now. It's always, look at me, I have these high-level contacts with all this inside information, and they tell me blah, blah, blah. Who knows if any of these people are even real? But it doesn't really matter because even if they do exist, they're certainly not reliable sources of inside information. Everything he gets from them is wrong. Unfortunately, that leads to a lot of painful weeks for Mark Z's followers, but he always keeps them coming back. Better stay on the edge of your seat and watch every minute of his hour-long videos. You might get rich.
Tic Tac says, do you see the RV by this Thursday? Yes, at this point, Tic Tac, I do see it by this Thursday.
Of course it didn't happen. So let's fast forward a few months to January 10th, 2020.
My folks in Zurich still very upbeat and expecting something over the next 3 days.
Still didn't happen. How about a month later, February 14th, 2020?
Iraq is very much looking for something within the next 48 hours in a release as they seat the new government. Could be this weekend.
Nothing happened. Fast forward to July 22nd, 2022.
But it does appear that we are very close, especially if you listen to Iraq proper.
Nothing happened. How about July 11th, 2023?
In your opinion, when do you think this is happening? Somewhere between right now and the 31st of this month.
Get ready. Nothing happened. How about March 21st, 2023?
Iraq they are setting the stage, guys. They have put all the players in place, and we're just waiting for them to go click, roll camera, and give us our new rate.
Like I said, it's always right around the corner, so you better keep coming back and watching every video. And you better buy now before you miss the opportunity. There's just one problem. He's wrong every freaking time. It baffles me that people still listen to this stuff. But people like Mark Z keep the false hope going and make it sound credible by backing up their claims with constant lies and misleading headlines that sound promising. Take this one, for example. In January 2020, he said,
even Christine Lagarde is talking about our need to reset and talking about an asset-backed cryptocurrency or blockchain currency. Basically what we're talking about, the QFS system, but it'd be asset-backed. I mean,
that's not remotely close to what she said. Christine Lagarde, who's the president of the European Central Bank, said,
draw the line between what we are talking about, between the bitcoins, the stable coins, and the digital currency. And on the latter point, the digital currency, we have set up a task force. We will identify, number one, the purpose that we have with that. Then we will identify the technicalities of it all, which is not a given, particularly when you talk about a euro system.
So let's go back to what Mark Z said. Did she mention our need to reset? No. Did she say they're establishing an asset-backed cryptocurrency? No. Did she mention the QFS system? No. You can watch the whole interview, and you won't hear a single mention of any of those things. She said they're doing research on digital currencies. Nothing more. Mark Z is not an investment expert. But folks, it gets a lot better. Listen to this absolutely horrendous advice he gives people about taxes on currency transactions.
U.S. Department of State, specifically talking about Iraq with their currency. So either way, they're telling us no taxes or subsidies on the purchase or sales of foreign exchange. I'm not worried about the tax part.
Well, he's right not to be worried about the tax part because he's never going to make any money on the Iraqi dinar. But if you look closely, it says the government of Iraq doesn't charge any taxes on sales of foreign exchange, not the US government. And is the State Department in charge of taxes? No, the IRS is. And they say that foreign exchange gains or losses are generally taxed as ordinary income. And by the way, I love how in the version of this document he shares, he somehow has the exact same paragraph I found when I looked it up on their website. But with this inconvenient sentence about them devaluing their currency in 2020 removed. Maybe something shady going on there, I'm not sure. So if promoting a scam wasn't enough, he's also promoting tax evasion. If anyone wonders why I'm making this video, here you go. In the end, the fact about Mark Z and other dinar gurus is
folks that are connected on it, even though they've been wrong, and unfortunately, because of them, I've been wrong for entirely too many years.
Finally, something Mark Z and I can agree on. If you still happen to own the Iraqi dinar, just admit you've been scammed and let's move forward. I created this channel to help teach everyday people how the professionals invest. Honestly, I never thought I would be making Iraqi dinar content, but I see a scam and I want to stop it. Now, if you want to learn professional investing and avoid scams going forward, please like this video and hit that subscribe button. Now, we've established Mark Z doesn't know what he's talking about. So now the question is, does Kyle Z know what he's talking about? Yes, my last name starts with a Z. Let me show you 3 recent examples of my track record, and you can decide who the expert is. Just for the record, I have more than 3 success stories, but for the sake of time, I'm only gonna share 3. All right, so here's the first one. On October 4th, I made a video saying I was buying a utilities ETF, UTSL. It was at $15.79 that day. As of the time I'm filming this video, it's now priced around $21. So it's gone up around 24%. All right, that was part 1. Part 2. During the SVB banking crisis earlier this year, that's Silicon Valley Bank, I made a video on March 17th, 2023, telling everyone I was buying DPST, a 3x leveraged regional bank ETF. I then made another video saying I was buying more on May 2nd when the price was lower. Then I made a video saying I was selling on July 26th when the price was here. So this resulted in many people potentially making around 20 to 80% depending on when they bought and sold. That was part 2. At the end of 2022, all the experts on YouTube were making videos talking of a huge 2023 housing market crash. I knew it wasn't gonna happen, so I published this video December 2022 saying a housing crash was not gonna happen. And people thought I was crazy. Well, guess what? A housing crash didn't happen, and actually, the 2023 housing market was slightly up this year. Final thoughts here. If you wanna learn how to invest from someone who actually knows how to invest, go ahead and join my Discord. The link is below in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And stop listening to these dinar scammers, please.